The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 18 in R20 from the Sega Master System series. And this was originally an arcade game created in 1984 by Sanritsu and licensed to Sega, and this version was released in 1987, not in the US, by Sega, and this is called Bank Panic, and it's a cool first-person shooter game set in the Old West where you protect a bank from outlaws. And see the controller there, there's only 2 buttons. In the arcade original, you needed 3 buttons, and you would shoot at each of 3 doors that way. In this game, you have to press up or down to shoot at the left door, and then button 1 would shoot at the center door, and button 3 would shoot at the right door. Well, you play as a lawman, and there are 3 doors that you can guard at a time. And there are 3 buttons in the arcade version, but in the home version you have 2 buttons, and then you push the joystick up or down, and you can select between the 3 doors by pressing left or right. And there are a total of 12 doors that you want to guard, but you only need to focus on 3 at once. And outlaws will appear at the doors here and there, and you will need to shoot them or they will shoot you. And that is you, but you only see the first person perspective. And we'll go ahead and get started. If you press button 1, you will play the easier setting. If you press button 2, you will play the harder setting. We'll play the easier setting, and there was the first outlaw and the second outlaw. Now, you see at the top center there was a clock. I'll get to that in a second. You want to let patrons drop off a money bag at each door. Once all 12 doors have had money bags dropped in them, then you will end the level. And the outlaws will never drop bags. Their goal is to shoot you, and if they succeed, you will lose a life. If you accidentally shoot a patron, then you will lose a life. There will sometimes be a bomb, and you will need to go shoot that before it explodes. Now see that clock at top center? Under that is a timer, and that is an average speed timer. And you basically try to keep it under 10. Those aren't real seconds. If you do, and you beat the level and it's under what would read as 10 seconds, then you will get a bonus. And the longer you take to shoot an outlaw, the higher that will make that clock rise. Now sometimes a patron will look left and right as they enter the door. That means that there is an outlaw right behind them, and the outlaw will push them out of the way, and you will need to shoot the outlaw. And that patron will not drop off money. If you take way too long to shoot an outlaw, they will shoot you, and you will lose a life. There will sometimes be a bomb. I might have mentioned this, and you will need to disarm it by shooting it before it explodes, and it will kill you if you wait way too long. But there's a long time before it explodes. You got plenty of time. But so you'll see these little red rectangles come down towards where the doors are at the top, and once they reach there, somebody will enter the door. It doesn't indicate whether it's an outlaw or a patron. And you will get a bonus at the end of the stage for 50 points for the first 12 money bags that are deposited, and then 100 points for everyone after that. And you will get a bonus for time remaining, and you will get a bonus if you finished under 10 seconds, quote-unquote seconds, for the average time that you took to shoot an outlaw. And yeah, the average that you see under that clock will change depending on how quickly you shoot the outlaws. And if you can keep it under 10 seconds, quote-unquote seconds, then you will get bonus points at the end. 1,000 for each quote-unquote second under 10. And on the second stage from this point on, the red outlaws can somehow deflect your first shot, and you'll need to shoot them again. You have unlimited shots. You can shoot over and over and over and over again. You will not run out of bullets. So keep that in mind. If there's a particularly pesky red outlaw, wail on the shot. Wail on the fire button. If you're going to emulate this, I would, or play this in an emulator, I would set the up, down, firing at the left door button to one button, both up and down, and then make a second button right next to it, button number 1, and the next button to that, button number 2, so it's much easier to control. And then something else for left and right. I had to kind of fiddle with it until I found out what was comfortable for me. But there will be one guy that has a bunch of hats on his head, and you can get bonus points for shooting all the hats off of his head. And he might drop a money bag. I remember this when it was in the arcades. I think I only saw it a couple times. It's a cute game, and this is a fantastic port. This is one of the best arcade to home ports I'd seen from the 80s. This was really, really, really impressive, and it has fantastic music. The old American classic Dixie. Oh, look away, look away. I wish I was in Dixie. I'm not going to sing it right now. Oops. I did not shoot the outlaw in time. They get faster and faster as the game progresses. Yeah, my voice is a little froggy. I just got up this morning. I slept in. I'm not a morning person. I get up at 11 every morning to go to work. Yeah, you'll see the patron look left and right, raise their hands, and that means that there is an outlaw right behind them. Now you can have more than one money bag dropped at the same door. That's okay. That's more money to be counted up at the end of the stage. But yeah, you just move over to one set of 3 doors that you want to wait by, that you have money to be deposited in. And dang it, come on, get a patron in window number or door number 12. But you look for that red rectangle to move towards the door, and someone will be in that door. There we go. Yeah, this is it. This is a really cute game. I remember seeing this at a 7-Eleven back in the day. And sometimes I'd be riding bikes with a friend of mine, and we'd stop into that one, and I saw Bank Panic there, and I think I played it a little bit. It's a fun game. But in the arcade one, you have a joystick that moves left and right, and you have 3 buttons, one to shoot at the left door, one to shoot at the center door, and one to shoot at the right door. And in the Sega Master System version, you only have a 2-button controller, so you press up or down on the joypad, and with button 1, or with pushing up or down on the joypad, shoots at the left door. With button 1, you shoot at the center door, and with button 2, you shoot at the door on the right. The point values for shooting the outlaws increases, I think, and shooting the hats off the little guy's head increases too. You can get extra lives at 70,000 points, 200,000 points, and 500,000 points. I don't know how much you can get after that, but again, pressing button 1 at the start, or at the title screen, and there's no attract mode, which is kind of lame. Pressing button number 1 at the title screen will play an easier game, and that's what I'm playing right now. We will have a look at one level of the harder game, and pressing button 2 at the title screen will play a harder game. But this was not released in the US from what I heard. I think Brazil and Europe, who I just barely shot that one guy. But you will hear a ticking sound when the bomb is set. When two things are going on, when you have both an outlaw and a patron at the same time, shoot the outlaw. It's much more important to keep from getting shot than to shoot hats off somebody's head or get their money. There were little touches from the arcade game that weren't in this, like sometimes when you shot an outlaw that would come from behind a lady, then she would stick her head in the doorway and like blow a kiss at you or something silly or goofy would happen. But this is otherwise incredibly faithful. A terrific port. Well, I hope you're enjoying your Martin Luther King Jr. birthday weekend, or Martin Luther King Day, or however the proper term is. But yeah, you can shoot the ropes off a patron. They'll be tied up by the outlaws. But yeah, it's good to shoot more than once at the red outlaw, just in case they somehow deflect your bullet. I'm not sure how they managed to do that. They deflect it with their gun, or I don't know, they have Wonder Woman wristbands. But yeah, listen for that. Oh crap, what was I doing? Yeah, you can't shoot the patrons. They will get shot, and they will throw a little fit, and you will lose a life. But yeah, this is a really cute, enjoyable game. Just non-stop soundtrack, non-stop action. Just a great idea, and this was originally conceived by a company called Sonritsu and licensed to Sega. And this version is only credited to Sega. I would imagine that maybe Sonritsu went under by this point. I don't know for sure, or they stopped making video games. But yeah, sometimes a patron will give you more than one bag of gold at a time, like that. That's pretty nice. The value of the bag of gold probably increases as you play one stage, or maybe as you play the game in general. The money value will increase. Not during the not after the stage, but like during the stage. But yeah, I was never sure what they meant by fair under that clock until just recently. But it just means the fair average time that you have that it takes to shoot the outlaws, and you want to try to keep that under 10 before the stage ends, so you can get some bonus points, and it's 1,000 per quote-unquote second. So if you get it at like 7 seconds and you end the level, then you get 3,000 points. There's that guy with the hats. And another thing that might not have quite translated was, boy, notice how much faster the outlaws get. Another thing that might have kind of gotten quote-unquote lost in the translation was the guy with the hats might have like a weird little bird or something come out of his hat. I don't remember for sure. Some weird little touch. But this was such a cool idea in the arcades, and this is again such a fantastic port. I think all the Sega Master System games that were not available in the US are easy to get a hold of. You can easily order some of the Europe or Brazil games, or you could probably come across them at a classic game shop. Oops. We'll look at what happens when you shoot the woman on accident, and what happens when you let the bomb blow up. Now look, my average is now over 11 seconds, or is over 10 seconds. So at this point, I would not get the bonus. It's only like a few thousand or so, so it's not the end of the world. The timer is probably a little more strict by this point as well. Just bide your time. If you're not getting patrons like you want, the timer is very generous at the bottom. But listen for that. Ah, crap! What was I doing? Just listen for that ticking of the clock, and then go disarm it. That's Bank Panic. The arcade original was by Sanritsu and Sega in 1984, and this port was by Sega in 1987. Very, very, very good port. But yeah, we will take a look at one round of the harder difficulty. The outlaws are quicker on the draw. They deflect more often. There are more of them appearing at the doors at once. But yeah, that's kind of stupid that this doesn't have an attract mode. Hope you're enjoying the playoff football. My team's going to the AFC Championship, the Bills. I'm pretty stoked. Hopefully you don't have to work tomorrow. I don't. I work at a veterans hospital, so I get all sorts of I'm not a nurse, so I get all sorts of federal holidays. The nurses have to work a lot more days than I do, longer hours as well. But physically, I got to work harder than they do. Definitely definitely appreciate the time that they have to put in. I would not want to have to do that. Yeah, there's a lot more instances of the patrons having outlaws appear right behind them. But yeah, look for them to look side by side or put their hands up. They're going to have an outlaw right behind them, so get ready. And the faster you shoot an outlaw, the more likely you're going to get a higher bonus for shooting them. Just wait for number 9. There we go. But that's one level of the hard version, or the hard setting. And like I said, we'll go ahead and have a look at me shooting the woman and letting the bomb blow up. Your protagonist doesn't have a name other than Hero, or at least that's what they call him in the arcade version. Yeah, let's shoot us a woman in just a moment here. And now we'll let the bomb blow up. You see that there's a timer now under the clock at the top center. The ticking grows faster. Kaboom. Well, that was Bank Panic. The arcade original was created by Sonritsu and Sega in 1984, and this version was created by Sega in 1987. Not released in the US as far as I know. This is Crazy Climber 80, so thanks for watching game number 18, Bank Panic. I hope you have a fantastic remainder of your Martin Luther King Day weekend. Take it easy, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.